Don't shoot! Hands up! 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 Don't shoot!
On West Florissant, that street that they keep showing you, to the right and to the left, there are homeowners there, and they are shooting tear gas into people's yards. And when people run into the neighborhoods, they are going after them. So it's not trying to disperse the crowds. We are getting chased by police and getting shot at with tear gas, which is banned in war. And they're shooting that at the people. And there are children out there. And a lot of people are saying that why would you have your child out there? It was 8:30 and it was bright. And we were peacefully protesting. And the curfew wasn't until midnight. And that is when they started shooting and shooting tear gas and rubber bullets. They have concussion bombs. They have spark bombs. All of this stuff that they are using on the people. That is a response when people protest, when people stand up. And so I wanted to make sure that you all know that they are lying, and this could easily be us. So we have to stand with the people of Ferguson. We cannot call them looters and violent. That is not true. It is not true. They're going to say the same thing about us when it happens. So you have to know the truth. If they were killing, if they killed someone and left him in the street for 4 hours for children to see, that is psychological violence. They did the same thing when they lynched black people and had them hanging in their neighborhoods to keep people scared. When we were at the church, and I'm sure some of you saw this on social media, the church that we were at got raided by police, and the police were taking our supplies that we had from people, for medical supplies, food, water. When we made anti-tear gas spray, they took a lot of that stuff. And so what they're doing is military tactics. They are cutting off the supplies to get to the people that need it. These are military tactics. There was a woman who actually had a safe house for people to come and get medical training, to get food, to get shelter. And when we told her that they were raiding the church, she was scared about her own home. A few minutes later, she looked outside and there were 3 police in the bushes and in her trees. So this is not a joke. We had to get her out and move her to a safe house. And we stopped posting on Twitter because they're tracking our location on Twitter. So you have to equip yourself and understand. We have to stand with these people. The media is lying. They are lying. They are lying. What they said explicitly, what they need us to do, we need to replicate. We need to replicate what they are doing there, here. And so what we need people in Gallery Place protesting every night. And I know that might be a lot to ask for some people, but it's what needs to be done. This is why. Because this is the nation's capital, and we are right here where legislation is happening. We need to get Mike Brown law passed. What is Mike Brown law? We need to get a pilot system happening where police have to wear cameras on their person, so that they are what is happening is recorded. Because I know what happens a lot of times. We get angry for a little while, we do this and then we stop. But right now we have international attention. We have international attention, so we need to take advantage of this, okay? Because we were shot at. We were shot at. I weigh 120 pounds. If I get hit by a bullet, that's it. We were shot at for doing this. But we cannot stop. We cannot stop. We need to be here every night doing this. This is a repeat of history. This can happen again. Google it. This will happen again. It happened in Brooklyn last year, but not many people heard about it. When there was a killing of Kamani Gray, a 16-year-old. Google that. Look that up. The NYPD are militarized. Many police departments in these cities across the country are militarized. Look it up. This is not going to stop, and you know it's going to happen again. So what's going to be the response next time? And when is it, if it's going to be your city, you want people standing up for you and fighting for you and telling the truth. But the first night that we got there, the police, they violated. They didn't honor what they said curfew was. It was supposed to be midnight. So at 8:30 they started gassing and shooting.
And me and Erica was my partner down there. We were running from bullets, and I was right behind her, maybe about a few feet behind her, and a white man ran around the corner in between us and punched me in my face and told me to sit the F down. That's why I have this black eye.
It's alright, girl. It's alright.
We just left a war zone. I don't know how to relay that to you, but this is going to change a lot of people. We have a lot of people down there struggling with PTSD. And so what we're doing with the GoFundMe that I started, it was for a bus. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I have 2 children. I'm not affiliated with any organization. I'm just tired. I'm tired. I don't get a chance to grieve one person, and then there's another person, and another person, and another person. And we don't have time to grieve, but we have to get to work. So when I started that GoFundMe for a bus, I needed to do something. So now what we're doing is we are raising money to send organizers down there. They don't need a whole bunch of people. If you want to stand in solidarity and protest, just know you're going to put your life at risk. So I'm not for a whole bus, me sponsoring a bus and paying for a bus to have 45 people go down there and get shot at. I can't do that. When they get tired, I want to be able to say we have 5 other organizers in DC that are ready to take your place, and we'll send them down there right now so you can get some rest. And that's what I want to do. So if you are an organizer, if you are a mental health professional, if you are a teacher, because they close schools down, and community leaders are down there now. These are, when I say community leaders, know that these are the people on Twitter that people are talking bad about. These are 24-year-old kids for me. I still look at them as my babies. I'm a teacher. So I understand what that's like. So they are down there trying to teach the babies, having Freedom School. If any of you are familiar with Freedom School, they're doing Harambe on Saturday because they closed the schools down. So it's a serious situation. This is not a game. So I want to tell you what it is that you want to be putting yourself at risk so you know exactly what you're going into. But we are going back there to fight and going back there to give support for the people in Ferguson. So if you want to do that, we will provide accommodations for you. Whatever money you can put toward it, please do. But if you don't have the funds, we will send you down there.